Time now for the big boys. We go to the heavyweights here on V3 Fights. Brian Meeks and Pete Yellowhammer Pirtle. And here comes Brian Meeks from Pelham, Tennessee. Copeland's martial arts was originally set to fight Chase Sherman. Instead, it ends up being Pete Pirtle. He's coached by David Copeland. Brian Meeks comes in with a 9-2 record, the 32-year-old from Pelham.
This guy is tough. He's a tough man competitor, and you looking at him, he looks tough. He had a 9-2 amateur record even before he got with Copeland's martial arts. They saw a lot of potential in him. They took him in, and now his skill has shot up.
Yeah, and as you said, Copeland's takes him in 6 months ago, so this is his first actual fight with legitimate training.
Yep.
MMA training.
After a 9-2 record, so he's definitely got skill and power. Now he's going to have some technique.
Now there's been a lot of chirping between these two. Meeks saying, come May 11th, Pete Pirtle will have an early bedtime.
Ooh, yeah, that is some social media hype, and we're going to see if it holds true.
So there's Brian Meeks. And he'll make his way up the steps and inside the V3 cage. 265 pounds is what he weighed in officially yesterday.
Yeah, he tipped the scales.
Literally tipped the scales. There he is, Brian Meeks.
Literally and figuratively, if you will.
And now we get sent to meet Pete Pirtle, who has fought before for V3 Fights. Yellowhammer, fighting out of Huntsville, Alabama. And AJJ, American Jiu-Jitsu, trains under Jason Carley. And AJJ trains with Mark Jones and Kerry Perkins. He's got a lot of experience. Stepped in for Chase Sherman a couple of weeks ago after Sherman was injured. He said, sure, I'll fight, bring it on.
I'll tell you what, this guy impressed me. He fought Houston Lantrop at the V3 show in Memphis, and Pete put it on Houston, and Houston is a legitimate fighter. And so Pete definitely got a lot of skill both ways. He's a smaller heavyweight coming in around the 230, 235 area, but he could move very well.
Yeah, he will give away about 35 pounds or thereabouts in this match. Let's take a look at the tail of the tape, brought to you by Iron Jaw Mouth Guards. Meeks, again, 34 officially, 34 pounds more than Pirtle. He's 32, 3 years the senior of Pirtle. He is 5'11", so he gives up 4 inches in height. They're both boxers. So if you just look at the numbers, the age, the weight, the height, you know, Pirtle seems to be the better fighter as far as shape is concerned, being in shape. But that doesn't mean everything.
It doesn't, man. You don't know what kind of power Brian Meeks packs. We definitely have seen Pete Pirtle's power, but we're going to see a great clash of heavyweights battle right here in the middle of a V3 cage.
Mentioned the comments from Meeks. Pirtle did not appreciate those comments, as you would expect, and he predicts a first-round victory. He's a former Tennessee State football star. He still plays football. He's a semi-pro football player for the Huntsville Rockets. He's undefeated at 2-0, looking to stay undefeated. Pete Yellowhammer Pirtle. And now Crystal Morrow will send him on his merry way. Up the steps, sings the song, and here he goes inside the V3 cage. Brian Meeks, Pete Pirtle. That's about, well, my math skills will tell me, nearly 490 pounds of girth. Actually 497, almost 500 pounds.
It's up there.
Michael Kelly now will introduce the two heavyweights. Everybody here and everybody watching V3 Fights.
V3 Legion, this bout is brought to you by Iron Jaw Custom Mouth Guards, and it's set for 3 3-minute rounds in the heavyweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. He wears the black trunks with the gray trim. At 5 feet 11 inches, he weighed in at 265 pounds. A boxer with an MMA record of 9 wins and 2 losses. Representing Copeland's martial arts and fighting out of Pelham, Tennessee, Brian Meeks. And across the cage, his adversary fighting out of the red corner. He wears the white trunks with the black trim. At 6 feet 3 inches, he weighed in at 232 pounds. A boxer with an MMA record of 2 wins and no losses, representing American Jiu-Jitsu and fighting out of Huntsville, Alabama, Pete Yellowhammer Pirtle.
If Meeks and Pirtle aren't big enough, here comes Jason Wilkerson. He's the referee for this battle of heavyweights.
What do you put Jason at? What weight do you put Jason at? What do you think he's?
Oh, Jason, I would say he's actually in very good shape. Maybe 215, 220.
I'll check when I go by him. I'm thinking 230.
Maybe 230, but he wears it well. There's no doubt about it. 3-minute rounds, heavyweight division. It's Meeks and Pirtle. Round 1, here we go. Oh, baby! Meeks walks right out there and drills Pirtle. No feeling out at all.
Woo, you can tell that man's ready to come in here and throw some leather. Oh!
Big left hook.
He throws from Alabama with that thing.
Another strong body punch. Oh, wow. Just remember, this guy was in tough man competitions. Pete Pirtle knows he's in for a battle now. Overhand right. Pirtle fights back right in front of us.
Pirtle
is down.
Pirtle's in trouble.
It's over. It's over. Brian Meeks. A flurry of activity from the big guy. He unleashed. And Pete Pirtle, who was hoping to get a title shot in the heavyweight division, is now going back to the drawing board, and he's going to be aching a little bit. Brian Meeks unleashing the fury, and the Meeks shall inherit the earth.
Wow, Greg Gaston, I'm stunned. That was an upset in my book. Wow, what power that guy, he threw, it was a little sloppy, and he threw from the hips, but man, he threw with everything.
Rick, you're absolutely right. It was a little sloppy. I love your line. That one came from Alabama, but guess what? That was, I mean, he threw, they weren't slow looping punches. They were actually fast. I mean, they were sloppy, but they were coming fast.
They were fast.
And, you know, Pirtle, the first punch drills him, and he says, all right, bring it on. I know what I'm up against. And he never could recover.
No, he got drilled right over by us, and it was OB.
We're going in there and talk to Brian Meeks. That was impressive. Brian Meeks improves to 10-2. I don't know how else to describe it, but it was a flurry. It was unleashed in a hurry. And it takes out Pete Pirtle in convincing style. Let's get the time as we go inside the cage to Michael Kelly.
Ladies and gentlemen, here in the V3 cage at Marathon Music Works, we present the official time of 29 seconds into round number 1. Referee Jason Wilkerson calls a halt to the bout due to strikes, declaring your winner by TKO victory, Brian Meeks.
49 seconds for the TKO victory as Jason Wilkerson stops the bout due to strikes. Meeks goes to 10-2, and now he visits with our very own Rick McCracken.
Brian Meeks, wow. That is some power, man. I swear to you, that first punch you threw, you reached all the way back in Grundy County, and you came with it on that, bro. That was impressive.
That's how I like to do it.
Man of very few words. Man, you put him against the cage, and you hit him with that monster right. He dropped. That is a very tough fighter in Pete Pirtle, and you came in, and you made him look like he was way under you.
I knew it was going to be a tough fight coming in, and I just do what I do, man.
Well, you definitely do what you do. I won't keep you here very long. It doesn't look like you want to talk to me very much, but I'll tell you what, man, that is some extreme power we see coming from you. What's the next step, man? You ready to keep going forward and see if you can knock some more people out in a V3 cage?
Yeah, I believe I will.
All right, that's it. Your winner, Brian Meeks.
Man, a few words, let his fist do the talking. He's 32 years old. Where has he been? Brian Meeks, impressive V3 debut as he takes out Pete Pirtle. We'll take a short time out, come back with more action. Don't go away. You're watching V3 Fights.